What's up everybody, it's Joe from JLW Games coming at you with another cool video back in Planet Coaster, and we are working on the dive coaster again, at least the station and part of the queue line. Now this queue line was kind of difficult to mess with because I tried to create something and just the way it winds around just was kind of difficult to sync up the way I wanted it to. In the end I don't completely finish it, but I get kind of the outline that I want for this station and queue line in the long run. So anyways, I pretty much just build a building around this basic queue line. That was the easy part. This other part of the queue line was kind of a little different. I pretty much make a cover for it, and that's about it. And just kind of awkward of how the two connect in a way. And that's what we're going to have to work on probably in future detailing videos and stuff like that. But for right now, it works for what it is. Creating these covers pretty simple, and they look pretty decent. Kind of naked on the top, but their purpose is just to keep the line dry or shaded from the sun. So that is the main purpose. On the smaller rides, I don't usually put some covers on it, but for my coasters, of course I do, because they're going to have the long queue lines that people are going to be in extended periods of time against the sun and stuff like that during summer, and just items like that. So this cover turned out pretty decent for this queue line. Nothing special, it's there. But anyways, that's kind of where I got a little bit stuck on that part. And of course the exit, just kind of like any other exit there is that I do use. But anyways, I want to make the dive coaster pretty interactive, probably not as interactive as the other one. At this point in time that I'm recording this audio, I've actually already have episode 20 completed as well, and I'll tell you what, I get a lot of ground covered in the next couple episodes, and you'll see why. I already have the outline of the park pretty much finished. All that's really left to do is some detailing, and I will let you know the next coaster that I end up building. Actually, I do get started on the hyper coaster here pretty soon, and I do end up adding a wing coaster. So a lot of roller coaster video parts are coming your way very soon. Just so you know, you're going to be seeing a lot of coaster building and parts like that. I did want to stay, like I said, section by section, but I do kind of get a little excited in the next couple of episodes and actually really extend more forward into the park, and it still is turning out the way pretty well, so you're just gonna have to see what. I'm very curious of what you guys are gonna think of what it is. And I do actually create a water section that I use kind of the blue. I end up using the blue ceiling for the placeholder for the water, and once water does get into the game, I do plan on taking that one part out and actually just adding the water into the area itself, so it will end up actually looking the way it's supposed to. But that's far into the future, so we're just gonna stick what we are at right now. I hope you guys do enjoy it though. It is pretty neat. But anyways, just this dive coaster was very interesting, I thought, and I like the way it turned out. I really enjoy the inversions. I think it turned out pretty decently smooth for the most part, and it turned out the way I wanted it to. So I thought it was a very nice dive coaster, and I can't wait to go to what it's going to look like in the final end after the detailing parts and stuff like that. It will definitely look very nice. But anyways, that's pretty much it for this part, I think. Not too much more detailing in this. I do end up leaving that section open because I still don't know what I'm going to do with it. Still figuring that out, but I do just kind of leave it where it is at the moment, and I'm like, I don't know what to do, I'll come back to it later, pretty much, and that's kind of like the attitude that I had in this spot right here. And then I decided to make a little cover for the arch here and create somewhat of a decent looking entrance. And it doesn't turn out the greatest, but it's something different than the golden archway, which I think I keep the golden archway on a couple of rides, if I'm not mistaken. But overall I thought it looked, okay. But I can't wait until we get custom signs where we can actually put whatever writing we want on them. That will be very nice. Hopefully that will be part of Alpha 3. They've teased it a little bit, but I thought the sign that sign ended up actually turned out pretty well. And for what the coaster it is, I thought it was a pretty appropriate sign. Even though it is blank right now, it won't be in the future, but for right now it is. And I do have plans to update this park and actually keep it as time progresses as well. So in other words, I'm gonna update it like at least every season or something like that, just kind of like an actual park. Like if it gets a new ride or something, I will post some teasers for the new ride and stuff. I do plan to keep all of my parks and have multiple cinematic type videos for them. And here in this next section, as you can see, I do kind of plan out the next section or the areas and kind of map it out a little bit of where the next area is going to go. Pretty much where you see the sanded area is where the next pretty much is what I'm going to fill in for the next part. That doesn't include the does not include like the hypercoaster and stuff like that. That is not included. But in this section I was like, why don't I just throw a little flat ride here, which is nice. The 360 power was a pretty good choice, I thought. And I like putting it against the raised terrain where it looks higher in the front, but it looks like it's even in the back. I think that's a really good, always looks kind of unique and cool. So I always end up doing that. But anyways, this little flat ride, nothing too special, just kind of put it down as another place for guests to enjoy. And I didn't know exactly where I was going with this queue line. I knew it didn't have to be super long, as it's just kind of another ride, but I like to have certain queue lines to be longer than others, depending on what kind of ride it is and what kind of pretty much what kind of popularity I think it's going to have. So, but I would probably overuse the rock work, honestly, on elevated pathways a lot, but that's just kind of how I am in the long run. And but I like the way it looks, so I'm gonna keep doing it until my little heart gives out. So, but there's still detailing to do in the previous area, the first area that I ended up doing with the first coaster and stuff. We will touch back up on that in detailing videos, which there might be kind of a couple few, and those final detailing videos hopefully won't be too boring, but those will happen. But for the long run, I am actually getting really close to the park completion. There's just a lot of detailing left to do, and I get those details down, it will actually turn out to be a pretty amazing park, I think. And I do have, actually, I didn't think I would, but I actually do have some spots to expand in the end. So I kind of want to place water rides in the future when water rides get released. And I will do a cinematic video of this park before probably Alpha 3. I probably will finish it before Alpha 3. So, and when Alpha 3 comes out, I will kind of touch up on this park a little bit more and add stuff to it if needed, like if water's added or if some water rides are added or something like that. I'm not sure if we'll get water rides. I think we will get water in the next Alpha. But I'm not sure if we're going to get water rides because I haven't seen anything on water rides yet, and usually they tease a little bit. And we've seen a shot of the water in one of their videos that they posted on YouTube, so I can't wait for that. I think we'll also get ride operators in Alpha 3 as well. So I think we're going to get, what my prediction is, we're going to get a couple more coasters, some new flat rides, ride operators, and water. And I think it's just going to add a lot more flat rides and coaster types and stuff like that. I don't think we'll have wooden coasters by the next alpha, unfortunately, but we will be looking forward to that. That is one thing I'm definitely want to look for, is wooden coasters and stuff. And I think a wooden coaster, you just gotta have a wooden coaster in your parks. At least one. It's just kind of mandatory. So, but anyways, and this next part, I just pretty much just decorate the area of this flat ride over here, the forge, and that's pretty much it. I think that's the last thing I do in this episode, is pretty up this area just a little bit and adding more details. I do need to add a lot more buildings in the long run that I've noticed, especially in the future. You'll notice in the next couple episodes, it's probably not going to look great until after detailing and stuff, because I do a lot of path work and kind of expanding the park where it's going to go and stuff, more rather than detailing, and you'll notice that and through probably episode 20 and stuff. But in the long run, it will be all detailed up in the end, and I will put the time out, I promise. At least I hope I do, and I'm pretty sure I will. I'm very dedicated in finishing this park and moving on to bigger and more things. So I do want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. As we do approach the end here, I always say that too early, and earlier than I think, but anyways, but if you have stuck with this series, thank you so much, and I hope you guys are enjoying it, and I've enjoyed it a lot, and I've learned a lot on how to make my parks better. So yeah, and I just can't wait to show you guys what is in store. It is turning out. The Hypercoaster is huge. I've already completed that layout, and the Wing Coaster is actually pretty nice as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like it, comments for feedback. Please leave feedback in the comments. Always appreciate feedback. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day and an even cooler tomorrow. And goodbye.